This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob and Big Mike.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Sunday night, we are going live here on a special edition of Sweep the Rack. I'm Brooklyn Rob, as you guys know. Waiting for Big Mike, but I don't need Big Mike tonight, honestly. I'm hoping he pops on here because I have a bunch of guests that we need to speak with tonight. So a couple months back, we saw a social media post by Maximum Bob, as I like to call him, Robert Smith, calling out anybody out there who wanted to bowl him for some action. And we had a taker, Greg Thompson Jr., took him up on it. And we want to bring them on to get a little bit of a back and forth here to see like what happened, what spurred the match, what we're doing, right? What's going on? The match would be October 19th, Thursday night, and Chandler, Kyrene. It's going to be the opening sweeper, Sweep the Rack sweeper on the Agent On Open, which entries are still open, by the way, people. If you haven't threw it in your hat in the mix there, you should do it ASAP. I know spots are going quick. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I wanted to bring them on a special edition for a little bit. I wanted to talk through this action match. So I'm going to bring on actually Greg, Robert, and Carl. Carl's probably going to be in the background a little bit. He's actually at the Niner game, which is kind of cool. He's actually was a big-time flex here. So let's bring them on here, and I'm going to kind of set the stage a little bit here. So we got Greg, we got Robert, and Carl. Look at this. All three. Carl with the big-time flex at the Niner game. Carl, let's see those scenes for that.
That's still bad.
Man, what a great game to go to too. The Cowboys Niner game, which is
of course.
Yeah, coming off a big Jets win, we need to, try to get a Niners win tonight for Carl, so we could be 2 for 2. Okay, so I want to start this off. I'm gonna punt this to Robert. Carl's of the game. He's probably gonna be a huge amount of noise in the background. We're just gonna let him kind of hang out in the background.
I'm gonna stay muted for the most part.
Yeah, you could hear barely, you see, but the game hasn't even started yet.
Sounds like he's drowning.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna punt this to you, Robert. My first question, and how did this whole thing start? What made you come out of literally left field and put up an action post up and say, hey, Thursday night, I wanna bowl. I'm taking all takers out right now. Like, who wants to bowl me? Where did it start from? Start from the beginning.
This started from Carl. He just announced that the tournament, the Agent on Open, was going out, and he was kind of beating around because there had been a couple matches that had kind of perked some interest around the Southwest, and he decided, he's like, hey, listen, would you want to do like a little promotional match for the tournament? I'm like, sure. What do you want to do? And he goes, yeah, about 500 a game for 5 games. And I go, well, if you want to push it, let's do 1,000. I mean, there's been matches for 500 and stuff, but I mean, as far as just getting the matches out, where there's some interest and, a little bit of money to be made, it made sense. Carl wanted prestige on this thing. He wanted it to be a big thing. So I offered him to go with $1,000 for 5 games, and it ran, and then posted it on social media. It was a go. And luckily for myself, we didn't have to wait too long because Greg jumped in. And I think, how long was it, Greg? 24 hours? And you jumped in and was in?
I think it was a little more than a day, a little more than 1 day.
Yeah, it didn't take long at all. So we both had to pony up money to Carl to make sure that the match was legit, no backing out, none of that BS. So I had to Venmo him money and all that good stuff. And
so is it best 3 out of 5 or 5 game total pinfall?
No, I believe we're just doing 1,000 a game.
1,000 a game.
5 games. No totals, no nothing. 5 games go get you. Although Carl did bring up something, Greg, and me and you needed to make a decision on this. What happens in a push?
Are you going game 6? I mean, come on.
Are we doing a 9th, 10th? Are we just saying screw it? Everybody gets a little change back?
You mean the tie?
Lowball? I mean, what do you want to do? Because me and you, lowball would be horrible. So
That's true.
All
right. Well, we'll talk through it. I mean, I have nothing to do with it. I'm just the hype man here.
It's a legit thing. I mean, do we want to push? Do we want to go for the money? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, we'd have to figure something out.
Okay.
All right.
Well, hopefully we'll figure it out in the next 20 minutes and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll talk. Okay, so wow, 1,000 a game, 5 games. Regardless, if 4-0 could be 5-0. Will there be extra money if there's a sweep? If one of you guys goes 5-0, are we throwing more money at the other person?
Oh, well,
that's another thing we can know. Carl,
I need to get out of that center because we have squads Friday morning. No, get out. 5 games, you guys are all out.
All right, I hear you.
Honestly, if it's a 5-game sweep, I'm going to be pretty happy or pretty pissed. Take your perspective at this point. So,
okay, so 5 game total, 1,000 a game, and I'm assuming that's going to be after the sweeper. Are they going to re-oil fresh, or are you guys blowing up on the beat up sweeper pattern?
I think Carl said there is going to be a fresh pair.
It's going to be a fresh pair.
Fresh pair, yes, fresh pair.
No offense. I don't want to be throwing it over the left gutter at like 1 a.m. or anything stupid like that. So
yeah. I kind of want to see that a couple drinks in, Robert. You throwing it over the left gutter. And let me tell you something. You're the best at it. You're the best I've ever seen at it. So it would be a treat to watch the OG vintage Robert lofting over left gutter.
Greg can chuck it pretty far too, and
Greg will be playing up 10. Doesn't matter. He'll be firing up 10 regardless of what's going on, and he'll strike too, which is.
I thought about creating a little 2x4 for him right there, up 10 board for him, but the problem is he's just going to throw it harder and be happier. So I don't know.
Exactly. All right, so let's set the stage here. Robert posts, Greg, you come in at 24 hours later. What are you thinking? I mean, Robert is amazing bowler in his own right. PBA titleist. I mean, pretty much been there, done it. Right. And you're still up and coming. I would consider you, right? I mean, you have your own accomplishments, but nothing compared to what Robert's done in his career, right? As a PBA bowler. So what makes you kind of jump in and be like, you know what? Fuck it, 1,000 a game. I'm all over this.
Well, anybody who knows me knows I'm probably not the smartest person in the world. But I do like a good gamble.
Okay.
But to be honest, my backer is the only reason why I'm bowling. He messaged me at like 4 a.m. and said, "Is this match in your area?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, let him know you're taking it." I said, "Okay."
Look at that. The must backer. See, people think that bowling with a sponsor money frees up your arm swing a little bit, but I mean, I've been there, I've done it, and it actually, for me, I felt more pressure as a bowler when I had a sponsor than I was bowling with my own money. So, I mean, Greg, do you feel like that is a little bit more pressure when you have a sponsor putting up 1,000 a game?
I definitely do feel more pressure with the sponsor just because I don't want to lose somebody else's money. Like if it's my own, then, it is what it is. But when somebody else is forking up the dime, it is a little bit added pressure.
Robert, what do you think on that? I mean, as a sponsor, like you've been sponsored before in your career. Well, I'm stupid. I never got to sponsor you.
The matches back out there with, Judge Rubio, those cats and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I had some backers on some of them. Some of it, we were firing away, myself and in the back, trying to hammer on them. And sometimes it worked. Sometimes, you got railroaded. It sucked, especially when you lost somebody else's money. But, it's part of the gig. And, if you do it enough, it's just lots of averages at that point. And sometimes it's not your way. So.
By the way, if you're ever in a bowling alley and you're around people that have been around bowling, and anybody ever starts a story or a sentence with Judge and Rubio, you stop and listen to that story because there's going to be some kind of action and some kind of gambling involved in that story.
I swear they made an announcement when I walked in and said, Robert Smith's here. So anybody that wants to leave now because we're not doing leave until 6 a.m. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? We're locked in until 6 a.m.? And they're like, yeah, we're locked in until 6 a.m. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that was fun, Dave. So this is, this to me is fun. I mean, it's going to be nerve wracking. It's kind of like, there's money to be made. And, so to me, it's exciting. And plus Greg knows, heads up matches, that's really the only way to go. That's really the only way to go on anything.
Yeah. So Greg, Robert has a ton of experience bowling action. Give me some of your experience. I mean, have you bowled action? Are you like just kind of onesie twosies here and there, or like have you had history? Is this going to be like your first like big action match?
This is the most I've ever bowled for per game, but I've bowled action matches back in Ohio. I grew up bowling with and against George Gohagen. We used to bowl. After our Tuesday and Thursday league, we'd bowl a couple other guys for a couple $100 a game almost every week. So I think the most I've ever bowled for one game is $500. So
okay, so this is going to be a lot. So you got a lot of money, a lot of pressure here on you, Greg. I kind of feel like you might be a little bit of the underdog here. So that's going to be where I'm going to be kind of throwing this. Mike actually might be hopping on. So of course I'm going to. The time when I'm talking about betting, Mike hears it from thousands of miles away. His ears prop up. All right. So my question is going
to be here gloating again on the screen.
I know.
He's so bad.
Yo, what a flex that is! I swear.
So bad. Oh.
It's amazing. So okay, let's talk odds, right? If I'm an odds maker and I'm setting the odds, and I'm going to throw this to Greg first and then to Robert. What should the odds be on this match if you were putting odds on yourself and you were putting odds on Robert?
If I were putting odds on me, I agree. I'm probably the underdog. He's got way more experience. I'd probably say I would be plus 200 maybe.
Okay, +2. Oh, I like it. +200. And obviously Robert would be what, around -150. Is that where you would kind of put Robert?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, Robert, what do you think about those? Because I think you're a little bit more of an underdog, Greg. But...
I was hoping the other way around on the numbers so I could bet in the back, but no, I guess not. I pulled Greg enough. I know what's up. If one gets lined up, the other one doesn't. It's going to be a long night for one of us. I'm just hoping. My guess is if I can push Greg around and make him not get comfortable, I may have a chance. If I allow him to get comfortable, I'm in for a long night.
Okay, so Carl says -160. I'm going to give my odds, but I want to expand on that, Robert. How do you make Greg not comfortable? Like what? Like I know you don't want to give your strategy away, but I kind of feel like I want to expand on that. How do you make him uncomfortable?
Don't try to get him out of his wheelhouse. There's only two wheelhouses that me and him both have. It's throw it hard or bang on it. He likes to throw it hard. I like to bang on it, but both of us can do both real well.
Okay.
If he plays straight, I'm in for a long day. Absolutely. Okay. I can get him to come hook it with me a little bit. Okay, I feel better about myself. But if we're going on fresh, I mean, I've got to figure out, okay, do I game plan it, whatever, or maybe just go and bowl. It just depends. There were guys on tour that you had different game plans for. So, Greg is right up there with him. So I would say I'll be nice to myself. I'm going to say minus 130, but
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't bowled a match in so long. I don't know.
All right, let me give you my opinion here, because I think Greg is. Hey, my dog is barking now too, by the way.
Sorry about the dogs.
I think Greg. I'm gonna give Greg about plus 275. Is kind of where I'm at here. And I'm gonna give Robert about minus 150. That would be the odds that I would set. So I'm gonna do a little bit on the kind of same area, right? We're all in the same ballpark here. Now I'm kind of curious here, because like will there be, you guys are bowling the sweeper Thursday nights, I would imagine, before the match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have urethane in our bag? Is there gonna be urethane thrown in practice? Are we gonna try to look at
I'm
that?
gonna be thrown all week. I don't give a shit. All you urethane babies, grow up, learn to play the friction. Jeez, it drives me nuts.
Oh, what drives you nuts?
Whining and crying about that, but that's for another show. But yes, I will have urethane.
I gotta get Robert back on to talk about it. Yeah, because like this is like we're in a weird era of bowling, right? Where people are complaining about urethane, and like I don't want to get all into it, right? But it's definitely it's going to be interesting to see where the pattern plays, like when the sweeper, and then like I'll be around watching. I'll be in the commentary booth a little bit, I think, and then I'm going to be kind of curious to see how you guys bowl in the sweeper, and then I might remake the odds after the sweeper. Because I feel like if they're using the same pattern as the sweeper, then it's going to be interesting to see like how, like, because for me, a one-on-one match for action is always different than actually bowling a tournament. Like you could be dead bowling a tournament. As soon as the lights go on in an action match, all of a sudden you find it, right? It happens so many times.
Plus with total pins not being a factor, I mean, you can just sit there and go, wait a minute, I'm out this game. Let me waste 4 or 5 shots, try to figure something out. I mean, is it the gamble you want to play? No, but at least you have that option.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. And I guess I'm gonna let Carl maybe answer this in the chat. If we're there live, I'm assuming we're allowed to side bet. I don't think anybody's gonna really stop if you haven't getting action, right? But I would assume so. Will you guys be picking up any of your own side action? If I want to bet against you, Robert, will you pick that up?
Well, Carl just posted you can do whatever you want in the back. So
okay,
yeah, I might go see what's available in the back. Have a few extra.
Oh man, this is gonna be like old Brooklyn. Yeah, this is gonna be like old. So, Greg, how do you get Robert out of his out of his comfort zone? Like in practice, like what do you do? Like, you play your own game, or is there any little bit of gamesmanship?
I think the best chance for me to win is to play my own game. I am a big fan of urethane and the fact that we get the bowl in the fresh. He's obviously very smart, and he can manipulate the lane in a way to make me have to get out of that. I have a couple of tricks in my bag too. But I'm probably going to be more on the offensive side than the defensive side. I'm just going to try to strike as much as I can.
Okay. See, I'd have been playing gamesmanship. Oh, man. You don't want me bowling an action match. I'm dirty.
It's really hard to do with somebody who can play every part of the lane. There's not.
Dirty. Brooklyn Rob, of course.
Easy sliding the thumb when you're not looking. You know what I mean? A little bit of maybe some water on the approach.
Kick $50 to the mechanic, make the ball lost for 20 minutes. Little shit like that. I got you.
Fish weights in the bowling ball. With the plug in. All of a sudden, you get to see a big 3/4 size drill bit in my side of my ball with a plug. You're like, what is that? No, that's
you should bring out bowling balls with weight holes again. I think that'd be great.
That's true.
Am I allowed to use one of the illegal purple hammers? I mean, it's not sanctioned, right?
Yeah, you could use any ball. Yeah, you could use any of the even Storm illegal balls you want.
Kick it. I don't care. Do whatever you want to throw.
You could bring all the Storm illegal for 2 years.
I might bring my wine UDOT from 1989 back out.
Robert's gonna bring out a bleeder. Literally a soaked bleeder right out of the freaking acetone bath. He's gonna
absolutely. It's more of a not even around anymore.
No, so all right, let's talk about the Agent Open because this is the first annual event that's going to be happening at Chandler and Kyrene, and I'm really assuming there's going to be a lot of entries at this tournament. It's the first annual, but Carl's done an amazing job promoting it, marketing it, and you guys are planning on bowling like when are you guys planning on bowling your main squads? I'll ask Robert first. When
Mine's going to be the night ones each night. So it'll be the Thursday evening, Friday, and Saturday evening ones. So I'm going to bowl one set each day.
Okay, perfect. And Greg, when do you plan on bowling?
I'll probably bowl the second one on Thursday, right before the sweeper, and then go into the sweeper. And then we'll see how I do on that first one and go from there. I'm not really sure because I still have to work on Friday and Saturday. So it just depends on how I do in the first one.
It's crazy to think about. One of you guys could win $5,000 just bowling the Thursday night action match if you guys sweep. And literally, you wouldn't even have to bowl the tournament, to be honest. You could just cash out it.
But our entry fee's a little bit more steep-ish. It's a little bit steeper. But, one of us could be pretty happy. Who knows? I mean, we do have a side bet for sushi.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we do have a side bet on sushi, too, so.
Okay, how do I get on that side bet to get my sushi paid for regardless?
Just pay and you're good. You can come in all you want. Just pay.
It's first, like I said, the first annual tournament is at the Agent Open, which is cool. It's been a very, very promoted and marketed tournament, and I'm expecting a big turnout. There's going to be everybody coming in from California, Arizona. I know there's some big pros bowling. I know Sean Rash is bowling. I know Sean Rash will be there, I believe, Thursday night. Do you expect any other, and I think this might be an answer for or a question for Carl. He can type it in. Do we expect any other action matches to pop up Thursday night? Because when you guys have bowlers like Sean Rash walking around, and there's times when people want to take a shot at, a PBA National Touring Pro, a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer. Carl, do you expect any other matches to pop up? Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys feel like there are no more action matches this year's event? So Carl says no. Okay. Me personally, I know how action could be, and
it could be like the Saints New England game today. It could be one of those.
God, that makes me smile. I love seeing New England get hammered. Cool.
I bet you love Buffalo losing too.
What's that?
Buffalo lost too, so you're just in heaven right now.
Yeah, we're winning the division all of a sudden. That's it, winning the division. Good Lord, no, we're not. We're lucky to get to 6 games with. Okay, so I know you guys want to get going and watch the Niner game, but before we wrap this up, I'm gonna pass it to you guys. I want you guys to give me a 2 to 3 minute or whatever it is, a little bit of a promo, and I want you guys to market yourselves and saying why. If I'm betting on this on each of you, why I should bet on you, and what why you guys think you're going to win this match and make whatever it is you guys feel like you're going to make. So I'm going to give it to Robert first, and then I'm going to give it to Greg.
Well, my feeling is this: I'm going to go out there and bowl, do the best I can, try to bully Greg around a little bit, get him move around, get him out of that damn purple ball. I may have to throw my purple ball to combat his purple ball, but we'll figure something out on that. Oh yeah.
But it'd be a boring match to watch. You guys using urethane. You better
bring all the urethanes. It don't matter.
I've been on the record though talking about how I hate watching urethane. It's just boring to me. But I mean,
right. No, but listen. This is for show. This is for entertainment. Yeah, there's money on that we're ponying up on our sides of the event, and that's a little nerve-wracking. But listen, no matter what happens, one way or the other, me and Greg are going to be friends after this match. But during those 5 games, I'm going to try to beat him down, just like anybody else did when I was bowling. So, bring your striking shoes. I'm going to bring my spare shoes because I'm hoping to make spares. Because I practice a lot just bowling league on spares, so that goes a long way. But otherwise, yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun, and you know what, Greg, looking forward to butting heads with you a little bit.
And you know what? Before I ask Greg his his thing of why I should bet on Greg, I just want to say it's good to see Robert bowling again. Like it really is. I mean, really, really bowling, right? And I remember I posted something a few months ago when I saw you throw a shot, and I'm like, holy crap! Like he looks so good throwing the ball. So it's good to see you bowling. Now I don't know how old you are, Robert. Are you over 50? Are you there yet? 2 months. Are we planning on bowling PBA 50?
I'm planning on not bowling any more kids. That's definitely what I'm planning on not doing. So yeah, you could read between the lines on that.
Ooh, look at
Yeah,
that.
2 months, January.
Okay.
Turned 50. So yeah.
Will you
Yeah.
be
So
like
I'm
full
with you.
time?
Huh?
Will you be full time?
No, I've got some stuff going on, like national stuff. My mom's 70th birthday is going to be coming up during August, so she's got some big shindig she wants to do. So I'll miss whatever's going on through that. But my goal is playing bowl the majors. I'll bowl the majors at least. Columbus, if I can make it out there for Ohio, go see all our degenerate friends out there, Greg, and we know who those guys are. Yeah, for sure. So, but no, but thank you, Rob. Seriously, I mean, I've had a lot of fun the last few years getting back into this and really just enjoying it. I mean, it's not pressure or job anymore. It's just this is fun now. This is fun.
I can't wait to see Robert in the finals of PBA 50 and the show, and playing 3 hours left of everybody else other than me. Maybe other than maybe I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of who would be like the big hooking guy out there right now on the 50, and I really can't think of it, honestly. Ooh, Robert's gonna. Ooh, if he can get in and bang it, it's gonna be fun to watch on the PBA 50. So we look forward to that. I know I do for sure. Greg, why should I bet on you? You're the self underdog. You're the self imposed underdog here. You're plus 275 in my book here. Why should I bet on you? What are you gonna do here to persuade me?
Everybody likes the underdog story, and plus, it's not 2002 anymore. It's time for some new blood to get in there.
Okay.
But hopefully, I do bowl a lot at Kyrene. Hopefully, I have a little bit of home field advantage. Obviously, I don't know the pattern yet, but I'm very comfortable bowling in that center, and we'll just see how it goes.
Dude, that's incredible.
2002. You've been saving all week for that little phrase, haven't
not 2002 anymore. He said, Robert, remember that? Remember that when you're bowling. I can't wait when Robert strikes to win and he's going to be like, it's 2023. It don't matter to me what year it is. I would definitely talk some shit. There'd be definitely
Don't let this gray hair fool you. Don't let this gray hair fool you. I can make spares now. It's not 2002. Yeah. I can make spares now.
So we got a few chat here. Nico says Barnes and Hess can hook it. Not like Rob Barnes. Forget it. I mean, I
love Chris, but no.
It, but and not Tom, like Robert.
No, Tom became good when he started playing straighter. Hess got better when he played straighter, not hooking it straighter. So no.
Yeah, no. I think did the Niners score. I think already. Yeah, the Niners scored. So yeah, I'm keeping you guys from the game, but we're almost we're wrapping it up here. There's look, this is going to be an awesome event. I look forward to it. It's 2 weekends. I'll be around. I'm definitely not bowling. So I'll definitely check you guys out. I'll come over, say hello.
Give you a shot of beer before we start, though, in honor of Tony. Before we start this nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have to figure, and then I'll be working, obviously, so I'm going to get there as soon as I can. Traffic down to Chandler from Scottsdale is a nightmare at that time.
Oh, so. I imagine. Just Phoenix is so bad with the traffic. It's just,
yeah.
So,
we look forward. So we appreciate this, coming on for a few minutes here and talking to us. If you guys haven't entered and you guys are in the area in Arizona, if you guys are listening to this, you want to drive down and watch, this match Thursday night, October 19th. I would assume the match was going to probably start pretty late, huh? Like 10 or 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I think the sweeper starts at 7 or 8 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, so it's going to be late, especially for East Coast.
Yeah. But the sweeper's pretty short, but 8 p.m.
Yeah, so I'd imagine the West Coast people, even there might be some East Coast people, lucky bastards who don't work Friday, might stay up and watch it. But yeah, no, honestly, like, we appreciate it. And we're gonna let you guys go watch Niner game. Good luck tonight with the Niners. You both Niner fans?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm surrounded by Niner fans. It's like
I know you picked a good one there. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, we have no reason to hate the Jets. We have absolutely no reason to hate you guys. So
not yet.
Not yet.
If Aaron Rodgers was playing,
dude, I'm not going to be around that much longer.
Aaron Rodgers was playing, everyone would hate us. Trust me. They already did hate us. We had the best offseason and we still sucked. Anyway. All right, guys.
It's like saying you won practice session.
Hey, as a Jet fan, I'm the king of striking 15 times in practice in bowl 150 and in $1,000 in brackets. So trust me.
Why do you think on tour you bowled 20 minutes, start striking? You got the hell out of there before the lame man saw you because you knew something was going to happen. You knew something was going to happen. So.
And Robert, you better look out. Greg admitted that he bowls at Kyrie all the time. So about that lane man, I mean, you might watch that 10 pin.
Listen, it's not Judge Rubio because I'm pretty sure Greg's not going to run the machine for himself when I walk in. I'm pretty sure of that one. Now, Rubio, yeah, that was awesome. The guy won the lanes, and he goes, yeah, that's the guy you're bowling against, too. It's like, cool.
I have to answer this question because there was a question from Lou Gaudio asking me who the best action bowler I ever saw. His name was Richie Hornwright. And if you don't know Richie Hornwright was one of the best action bowlers that I've ever, heard about when he was.
Really?
Yeah,
I never heard of him. No, I never got a chance to bowl him.
Next time you talk to Barry Asher, ask him about Richie Hornwright.
Mm-hmm. Hornwright. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, old Brooklyn guy. Guy struck for a year and could hit a dime on a lane. So I had to throw that out. But for me, best action bowler I ever saw, Robert, I'm gonna. Who's the best action bowler you've ever seen?
Best action. I mean, just sheer entertainment value, of course, was Rudy. But honestly, for me, was Mark Dyson, of all people. And if you remember Mark Dyson, holy crap, that dude had 3 revolutions tops. And he made Pete look like he didn't talk. I mean, he chirped. And he was great for doubles because he'd do all the chirping for us. He'd get under anybody's skin. I mean, Mark was the best. And on top of it, he bowled Billy Oatman low ball back at Samstown way back in the day. And they were bowling 500 a game low ball. I mean, so yeah, he was by far my best one I ever saw.
And if the 1-2 board was in play, Dyson was unbeatable.
Oh God, it didn't matter if he threw it over the right gutter, up it, even a little at it. He was deadly with it. Deadly.
Right of 5, he was amazing. Greg, who's the best action bowler you've ever been or seen?
To be honest, I haven't really seen a whole lot of big action matches like you guys back east.
No.
So
Cincinnati, yeah. I mean, you were kind of a little bit late. I mean, because Cincinnati during the Hoinky, I mean, God, you could get any match you wanted. It was me and Dyson versus Rudy and Warren Guernsey one night.
Oh man.
Me against Wallachek one night, I believe. I mean, you could get a match all day. And if you didn't want to do that, you bowled the regular side pot. And if you didn't want to do that, you bowled the skins. I bowled the skins when I couldn't hit my ass either hand bowling side pots in action. So I'd go bowl this stupid skins thing where I got to throw it 26 miles an hour every shot and easy.
Man, I swear, Robert, the stories that he's got, I got to get him. We got to get you back on, Robert, to talk more of the older stories. We love it. We love it here at Sweep the Rack. All right. I promise you this time I'll let you guys go to watch the Niner game. But yeah, thanks again for coming on. And we appreciate it.
Rob, always a pleasure, man. Give Big Mike shit for not showing up.
Yeah, he texted me. He fell asleep or something. I didn't need Big Mike. I actually get to talk for once, so I'm excited. I get people letting me talk for a change. Usually when Mike's on, I'm the one that's sitting around. Yeah. All right, guys, we appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you very much, Greg. See you in about 10 days or so.
Yeah, about a week and a half. Yeah, we'll see you then.
All right, let's go get some
old cheese on. You're gonna need them.
All right.
All right,
making spares. You're gonna be in trouble. Later.
Can't wait. Later, guys. All right, guys. That does it for our Sunday night interview with Robert Smith, Greg Thompson Jr., as well as Carl making an appearance at the Niners game. We appreciate it. I will be at the Thursday night Sweep the Rack Sweeper. I will be commentating if anybody wants to listen to my blabbering, nonsense. But the Agent On Open, it's going down Chandler, Arizona, the weekend of the 20th to the 22nd. It is definitely Sweeper the Rack Thursday night. I might make an appearance on a Friday or Saturday. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll bring my stuff and I'll pop it in bowl. I haven't thrown a shot in like 5 months. You never know what goes on in my mind. But we appreciate everybody. Thanks for joining us next Thursday night. Regular Sweep the Rack, same time, same place, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Mountain Time. We appreciate everybody. Thank you very much.
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob and Big Mike.